Dozens of people and law enforcement in Marysville gathered for a solidarity march this morning.
It's not about political parties. I'm not a part of any political stance or anything. I'm a black woman who lives in a community with a black husband and black children, and I want to feel safe.
Megan, take one.
My name is Megan Anderson. I am 42 years old, and I am a wife, mother, and a dispensary supervisor.
Christian Sachs II, age 50, Chief of Police, City of Marysville.
So my name is Apollonia Rodriguez. I am 38 years old, and I am a associate clinical social worker.
My name is Sly Taylor. My age is 49, and my occupation is work with facilities for Yuba County.
My name is Colleen Driscoll. I'm 42, and I'm actually a local paralegal for some attorneys in Marysville.
I will introduce myself as Stuart Smith Gilchrist, an elected official for the City of Marysville. I'm a city council person, and I'm on my second term. I'm also an architect, a retail store owner, and I own an historic building in Chinatown here in Marysville.
Hi, I am Lovey Anderson. I am 16 years old. I work at Dutch Bros, and I'm a full-time high school student.
I was at home. I literally was watching the news like everyone else. Well, let me say, no, I wasn't. I was kind of avoiding social media at this time because I knew how heavy everything was, and I wasn't ready to face that yet.
So I heard about it on social media, and then I reached out to you, and we had a great conversation about the marches and what it was all about. And I asked if I could join you, and you invited me to join you, and the rest is history.
I was probably at home or at work, between both, live and grind back and forth, average everyday life. But upon realizing the intensity of it, when it's finally hit me, I was everywhere, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, didn't really know where to be in this point in time in life, that this would still be as apparent as it is. So, yeah.
I was in Marysville at Yuba Park.
So my mother, Megan Anderson, presented to me, my brother, and my father that we were going to be doing marches.
This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
Good day, everyone. We're coming on the air with breaking news. An arrest has been made in the death of George Floyd, the African-American man who died in police custody in Minneapolis earlier this week.
The world saw the magnitude of what took place. Yeah, my heart broke. So I was at home, and I had said to my husband, hey, something in my spirit is telling me, not us, because he didn't feel it, telling me that we need to march. We need to march within our community.
Well, I mean, it's a sense of unity with what was going on at the time, and for the community to come together. And so I felt that, being the chief of police and just being a human being, it was, just the right thing to do, to be able to come out and support the community. Well, there were challenging times, right? You see that on the national media attention, what happened to him, and it wasn't right, and it was uncalled for. And, then everybody labels all of law enforcement together, right? And, and so it's one of those things where it was a challenging time for everybody across the nation when that happened. And it was our opportunity to be able to share with everybody that there's a lot of great police officers out there, and there's a lot of people out there doing the right thing, right? And so it was time for us to come together to be able to help educate our community and let them know that, we do things the right way, and that, just to stand there and obviously provide that reassurance to them.
Having police support was comforting and enlightening. we weren't sure what our police department was going to do, what the reaction was going to be. When I made the announcement on Facebook, Chief Sachs hit me up on Messenger and was like, who's leading this march? And I was like, I am. He's like, well, here's my number. Can you please call me? I'd like to discuss what's going on, and see how I can support you. Naturally, I was nervous as hell. I really thought he was going to be like, girl, go sit down somewhere. You are not going to do this. Not in our town. You're not going to do this. I really thought that was going to, if I'm being honest, I thought that was going to be his reaction.
That was definitely more uplifting. Just after watching all the media and all the, the riots and near riots and just how the police confronted the crowd that were, at first, you were seemingly just standing there and yelling, of course, expressing anger, and hit them with tear gas and, just come in bulldogging, to come into what we came into, where you seen a community actually come together like it was supposed to, and stand for something or represent something or stand up against injustice. That made me feel pretty good, especially seeing another cop taking a knee like this isn't right.
Amazing. I mean, I'm not going to say this is like a super racist area, but you can't act like it doesn't exist around here. It's just that simple. I mean, it exists everywhere, duh. But having support like that for you and for everybody who was marching, knowing it was such a delicate issue, too, we were doing history. Like, somebody had to be out there and record that. So that was amazing, for sure. It was lovely. It was heartfelt, like it was soul. Like, yeah, it was good.
With the situation that occurred to George Floyd, I was impressed with the response by our Chief Sachs.
The community response was great. The first march that led us over to Ellis Lake, and then the second one was even bigger than the first one. And it was just great to see our entire community from the Yuba-Sutter region all come together as one to be able to, support each other.
Black Lives Matter. That is it. Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. I don't understand why everybody makes such a big deal about it. It's like, they make it seem racist in a way that it's super not racist, which always bothers me because, like, Black Lives Matter. Do all lives matter? Duh, which is what they always counteract with. I get that. But that wasn't the time that we were in. That wasn't what was being said. That wasn't what was important at the time. Like, literally, that was what was important at that time. At that time, Black lives mattered. They always do. They always will. All lives always matter. But at that time, we were marching for one specific thing, and it was Black lives.
We've been here throughout forever. We've faced adversity and struggle at its highest peak that it can be faced here just in our country, in our own home. Open your eyes to see me as a human being, not as something to be spectated, to be glorified as, I'm an athlete, I'm a rapper, I'm this, I'm that, but I am human and I am here. I am just as important as you. So I do matter.
Well, I don't believe in the political front of it. Obviously, we kept that separate. You and I had some great conversations about that, right? Because a lot of it was politicized on that side of it. And, all lives matter. And so, but specifically for that, for us within our community, we wanted to come out and support our Black community and let them know that, hey, your lives matter. Everybody else's lives matter in the community. We're here to keep everybody safe. We're doing the right things. And we want everybody to entrust us just as much as we entrust them. And so we just wanted to bring that unity together all at one time.
Black Lives Matter means to me just what it means, just what's stated as Black lives do matter. When I say Black Lives Matter, I mean my Black self, my Black children, my Black husband, my Black parents, my Black aunts and uncles and nieces and nephews and friends and family, the people that are Black and human. Their lives matter to me just as much as every other life in this world. because we're humans and every single one of our lives hold value.
And what I would like to see is just more openness, just more, I can say communication, but how about just proper communication, just not as much intensity as it has been. And I've been seeing that a lot less as time goes on because people are evolving. The kids are getting tired of this crap, you know what I mean? And they're going to be the next ones to stand in line and be like, nah, I don't care about none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. Let's just move forward. So the changes that I would like to see seemingly is already in the making and becoming, because there's been a time where I got pulled over by cops and they were complete and utterly just disrespectful. And then there's times when I got pulled over and it was, hey, how you doing? Hey, and I was like having a normal conversation with somebody. It's like, okay, look, here's what happened. You rode the stop sign. I know you made a complete stop, but it was over the thing. I just want you to pay more attention. And okay, bam, let me go. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know what I mean? To show more concern and less just, I got to get a paycheck. And some people are in a job for a job. So.
Hey, we're all one family, right? We all live here. It's all one love and we're all here. Everybody is the same, right? And don't judge a book by its cover. And, you know, at the end of the day, treat everybody else the way that you want to be treated. And, you know, that's with dignity and respect. And, you know, just treat everybody like their family. And at the end of the day, you know, it boils down to communication. And I preach to them all the time that communication is the key to success. And as long as we're communicating the right message and we're out there, you know, communicating with our constituents, our community members, and with everybody out there, that we're going to be a lot better off, and so is our community.
I would definitely say, especially to the younger community, don't pick up the habits and the faults of those who raise you. Just because they raise you to be a certain way doesn't mean that that's correct or that's right. And like I said, our end goal here is everybody is here. There's nothing we can do about that. Nobody's going anywhere. So the conflict that comes up between us, especially when it's about race, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It's a waste of spirit. My message would be to just start to evolve in a more universal way, to where you see people, as the great Martin Luther King said, for the content of their character, not for the color of their skin, by the nature of how they carry themselves. And that's a start to get to where we want to be.
Well, thank you for watching and taking the time to look at our story and what our community was able to come together and do. The George Floyd marches really showed us what we can do as a community if we come together and let go of the bias and the stereotypes that we have formed with one another, and just really be led by the power of love and understanding and empathy. So thank you very much for taking the time to hear our story and give us the opportunity to share with you the things that we were able to accomplish with one love as one body. Life, love, and blessings.